approved it? Hindi ganyan eh. Hindi, nangyayari ba yan nung 10 years ago? Hindi eh. Not as, walang ganyan. Hindi nangyayari yan noon. Hindi ganitong kagarapal ang pagpapalit-palit. Ibaba ang presyo. Sumunod. Ayon sa kanila. Itaas ang presyo. I-recompute. DPWH yan. DOTR, realignment, palit lang naman. DA, palitan. Hindi ako yun, hindi kami yun. Walang coordinates yan. Or meron pero mali yung listahan. Yan ang sinabi ko, 3 na yan. O ilan pa? Baka maglapitan lahat ng ahensya ngayon. Pwede pala magpalit. Palitan namin lahat ng laman. Pareho naman ang level eh. Mr. President, I'm sorry. I have to express my disappointment and exasperation. There has to be some discipline in government. Diba sa eskwela tayo, pinag-aral tayo, finish or not finish, pass your paper. Pag nagraduhan na ng teacher, tama na, hindi pwedeng, magpalit, yung seatmate ko, mali. Ano tayo? How can we be a good example to people? Kung sa BICAM na, nagpapalit. Tama yung sinabi. Disagreeing provision, sabi ni Senator Erwin. NEP. First quarter of this year, up to June. Assuming they did not think about its necessity then, why did they not present it during plenary debates in the House of Representatives and in the Senate? Assuming they still forgot, why did they not write the letter during the time of the HGAB? Assuming they forgot again, why did they not give it way before the BICAM? Mr. Chair, ito na po ang aking pinupuntos. Hindi lang po ngayon, mula pa nung ako'y nag-chair 10 years ago. Bakit ba tayo mga Pilipino palaging afterthought? Palaging pahabol? Palaging last minute? Kasi hindi naman to bagong proyekto. Naniniwala po ko, at don't get me wrong, I will support it at wala namang karagdagang hinihingi. Pero inaayos lang na yung budget. Hindi ba nila inayos mula nung inisip nila? The good secretary I know has been in the department for a long time, career yan eh. So, hindi pwedeng masabi dahil bago. Nandyan naman sila. At bago siya, si Sec Vince Dizon, siguro naman nag-usap sila tungkol sa kanilang NEP. I put that on the table, Mr. Chair, while supporting your motion to adopt it. I'll repeat, let it be a lesson to those doing their budgets, whether you're a big department or a small bureau or commission. You present it to DBM. You think about it for 1 year. Pagkatapos po ng Kapaskuhan New Year, gagawa na naman sila ng NEP ng 2027, all agencies up to March. Please think. Please plan. Don't come to us in December for something that is so essential and basic. So, it's an afterthought, even if it's urgent and basic. I have to put that on record. Pasensya na po. Thank you.
Senator Amy.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Recognize Senator Amy first.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kahapon pinuna ko na po ito dahil tama ba yung pagkaintindi ko, binawasan na ng halos kalahati ang Metro Manila Subway at yung ganun din yung North-South Commuter Railway dahil sang-ayon naman tayo na napakababa ng performance. Pero ito ang inaasam-asam ng ating mga sumasakay ng iba't ibang public transport na sa wakas magkakaroon tayo ng subway system. Ang pagkaintindi ko ba, babawasan pa lalo itong dalawang to? So we are decreasing further reductions of 1.8 and 1.8 din sa bawat isa. Is that the understanding? So from 25 billion Metro Manila Subway and 37 or 38 billion of the North-South, may bawas pa ng 1.8 kada isa. Palit na lang ng palit to. Paano yan? Palaki ng palaki yung commitment fees natin at yung reputational damage natin talagang insurmountable na. So, babawasan pa to lalo. Foreign funded to, nakakaya to. Balasubas na yung Pilipinas, Diyos ko.
I am on the phone with Secretary Banoy to clarify the queries of Senator Legarda and Senator Marcos. So with tinanong ko po exactly how Sen. Lauren asked it as to why it was not there in the NEP, and it hasn't been brought up either during the House deliberations or the Senate deliberations. What happened po is that both of these, the AFCS project as well as the common station, were supposed to be under two different PPPs to be supposedly managed by the LRMC. They were waiting for the LRMC to take care of all the documentations, all the requirements for the PPP to push through in the year 2026. Up until this point, hindi pa po nagsasubmit yung LRMC. So given the criticality,
It's LRMC.
what's LRMC?
It says something, abbreviates it, he better explain, Light Rail Transit Extension. Should call out the head of that LRMC. I mean, we cannot be hostage by people who are not doing their job on time. I mean, ugali.
The LRMC po is the Light Railway Management Corporation.
That's under him.
Management Corporation.
Head niya. At saka pag may deadline, niya yung deadline. Ganun lang. Forever. Kasi kung papayagan natin sila, lahat na lang ng ahensya pwede mag-internal realignment.
This one po, Sen. Lauren, the LRMC is a private corporation. So this is the private group that the OTR was supposed to work with.
He should have made deadlines.
Actually, in fairness to the department, nasa tier 2 siya. Nakalagay ho siya sa tier 2, but hindi ho natanggap because of fiscal space. However, you're right, Senator Lauren, being a veteran in the Committee on Finance, na merong opportunities, no? Many opportunities to submit. Correct. So, nakakaano talaga. But then again, when we were evaluating the projects, lalo na yung automated fare collection system, ito napakahalaga dahil ngayon yung ating fare collection system ay merong manual, merong yung old technology. So they wanna move forward with the new technology. Parang sa Hong Kong or sa Bangkok na tinatap nilang pwedeng gamitin credit card. So that's the essence. So that's why when we were evaluating this, nakita namin na maganda naman yung kanilang proposal. As to the yung query ni Senator Amy, pagdating kasi sa dito sa okay. Meron pa ho, let's say dito po sa North-South Commuter Railway, meron pa ho silang approximately 30 billion pesos sa continuing appropriations ho nila. Kaya malaki-laki pa ho. Pagdating ho dito sa Metro Manila Subway Project, meron pa ho silang 10 billion pesos na naka-allocate. So that's why I think because nung in-evaluate ho nila yung kanilang utilization rate as well as the importance of the other projects, nag-realign ho sila nung kanilang budget. So dahil meron pa hong natitirang 10 billion and also close to about 30 billion no dito sa kanilang about mga projects ho nila.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Senator Erwin.
it's just a point of suggestion lang. Siguro, BICAM po ito di ba? We're trying to reconcile between the House, the GAB, and ours. And this is not the time wherein we insert a budget like this. May panahon, Mr. Chair, sa NEP, and then sa House Committee, sa atin, sa committee natin. Bakit dito? Problema dito, Mr. Chair, baka naman maging kaugalian na ito in the future. Every time magba-BICAM, ay pahabol natin kasi okay lang pala dahil yung unang BICAM nila na nag-live, nahabol naman ng LRT. Baka every year na lang, pag hindi nila nailagay sa NEP, nakalimutan nila sa committee level, hahabulin nila sa BICAM. This should be, we have to set rules here, Mr. Chair, kasi baka maging kaugalian na ito in the near future, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, precisely that was in tier 2, except that the documents were not ready at the time of the hearings of both the House and the Senate. But then we have a request from our Secretary Banoy Lopez, that we give this to them. It is much needed, explained by the two chairperson. So they were not remiss in putting it there, but it was tier 2. And the problem with tier 2, almost always, they are really not included in our provision of the budget. So I move for approval for this, Mr. Chairman.
Just the query of Senator Erwin, just before I move on that motion. tama ho kayo, Senator Erwin. No? That's why we are putting this to the body para makita rin ho natin yung mga request ng mga agencies. Dahil in fairness to them, along the way, may mga bagay rin silang nakikita na dapat pondohan o dapat hindi na pondohan o dapat ilipat po sa mas maimportanteng mga proyekto along the way because sinasubmit na ho nila ito around July. No? So may mga after July, may mga bagay sila ho nakikita na kailangan ho nilang pondohan para magamit na ho immediately. So that's why actually the letter is an appeal letter to us if we will accept their appeal to realign these amounts so that they can operate much better and also execute new projects such as the automated fare collections
Mr. Chair.
next year.
Just want to add, because I came from the executive also as a secretary of a department back then. Pag sinabihan po kami na we have to prepare for the NEP, we inform agencies under us. Eh, hindi po ba nagawa nila ito? I mean, like LRMC, under naman po sa kanila yan. They could have asked LRMC, what are your requirements? What do you need? Bakit ngayon pa po, they will have to come up here? I mean, and then state us like, oops, nakalimutan namin, oops, nasa tier 2. Binibigyan naman sila July, August, September, October, November, December. I mean, after 5 months, Mr. Chair. That's what I'm trying to point out, Mr. Chair.
If I may respond po, from what I understand po, what happened was it was in tier 2. It was not funded by DBM because I think DBM mostly funds tier 1. They were fine with keeping it in tier 2 because they thought that the PPP was going to materialize. And then eventually, when they realized that the PPP was not going to materialize, at saka po nila linaban ngayon kasi otherwise po it will be detrimental to our commuters and to the interoperability of the different MRT stations. So siguro po sa amin po the stand po of myself and Chair Win, as much as possible ayaw po talaga namin mag-entertain ng ganito. They've had 6 months since the NEP was almost 6 months since they submitted the NEP last August 13. So I agree po. I very much agree. We wouldn't have said yes to this or even entertained this if these two were not critical projects. Medyo hindi po kasi lang talaga maganda yung consequences kung hindi po natuloy yung common station at saka yung beep cards. Kaya lang naman po namin in-entertain. Thank you po.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Senator Kiko.
Yes, well, I share the concern of Senator Erwin Tulfo, and therefore, perhaps moving forward, and for the guidance of future BICAMs, do we take this as precedent setting, that in future BICAMs, we will accommodate matters that should have been raised at the committee levels in the House or in the Senate? I think that should be put on record so that because if I may, as we act on this particular request of this particular agency, this should not be a precedent. Should not be considered or set a precedent for future bicameral conferences, conference committees, and for future budget deliberations. That in the last moment, in the last 5 meters of a 10,000 meter run, somebody will step in and say, "Can you include this and approve this?" So hopefully, for the guidance of future bicameral conference committee meetings, while we will support the position of our chair, this should not be considered or as precedent setting, and that future budget requests of this nature should not point to this decision of the bicameral conference committee as precedent.
Thank you, Senator Kiko. Senator Erwin?
Well, I support, Mr. Chair. I mean, both chairpersons, their point, I support. If it's a necessity, why not? Diba? Kailangan po talagang gawin ito, yung Cavite Extension, lagyan ng pondo, automated fare collection system, para isa na lang. Diba? I really do support. Pero my point here, Mr. Chair, is that BICAM is to reconcile the conflicting provisions of the House and the Senate versions of the bill. Hindi po part ng conflicting provisions. So yun lang po sinasabi ko. But I do support, Mr. Chair. I rest my case, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Erwin, and thank you, Senator Kiko, for those intervention. Sa totoo lang ho, ang dami ho naming nakukuhang pahabol. Si Senator Lauren, in fact, mentioned a few items. Ibang department. Diba, Ched, I think, also texted you? Sa akin, meron din ho. Kami ni Chair Mika, ang dami hong mga pahabol requests. But ako will approach this on a case-to-case basis depending on the urgency and the importance of the request. Dahil ho dito, common station, automated fare collection, beep card, after analyzing and consulting with the department, we saw that this is important to make our make our public transportation system seamless, no? Kasi meron siyang intermodal capability. But yung mga others, yung mga pahabol, hindi na ho namin pinisent dito po sa body. No? So with that, we have a motion from from Congressman Rufus.
Second.
Duly seconded. The proposal is deemed approved.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Kiko.
Well, it was already raised earlier that there were several requests. I would just want to place this on record that after we approved the budget of the Department of Agriculture, that evening, December 15, when did we approve the DA budget? December 13, the BICAM approved the DA budget. On December 15, the DA secretary wrote to the chairperson submitting a list of farm-to-market road projects with coordinates amounting to the same amount that we approved, 33 billion, except that 8.9 billion worth of projects were introduced as in the December 15 letter, which was not in the list of projects that we approved on December 13. How do we act on that?
Chair. Mr. Chair, at the end of the day, I will support my chair. But let me please put this on record. Just like I spoke last night and now about the OTR, it's the same issue with the Department of Agriculture. If the more than 8 billion pesos worth of farm-to-market roads were indeed essential in serving our farmers in the hinterlands, why was it not included in the NEP or even in the HGAB? Even if you say that there are coordinates, why did they swap? So I would like to know what were the more than 8 billion pesos worth of FMRs that are deleted now from the HGAB and the Senate version that we are reviewing in the BICAM. Sino po ang mga magsasaka na maaapektuhan sa matatanggal na FMR dahil pinalitan ng DA ang kanilang listahan ng farm-to-market road? I don't understand. So ano mangyayari po sa farm-to-market roads na sinumite ng DA, na inaprubahan ng HGAB, na inaprubahan po natin, tapos papalitan dahil sa isang sulat? So I would just like to make it clear that these are not Senate-introduced FMRs. We did not introduce or submit a list to the Secretary, just to be fair, okay? Insofar the Senate is concerned, we understand and support the House amendments for farm-to-market roads in specific rural districts, and that is both needed, and as long as there are coordinates and not just a lump sum, that is supported. But suddenly there's a change. And as I said, I spoke to Secretary Laurel on Sunday morning because I was confused with the 16B NEP and the another 16B HGAB. And he said, I don't know if I should say it here. Okay, he said something. I will tell you later. Then I'm surprised that he's sending another letter now for another 8 billion. So I would like to know, I have to be enlightened, Mr. Chair. Why is there suddenly, within 3 days of that conversation, there's a change of heart or a change of mind of farm-to-market roads worth 8 billion? Ano po ang mangyayari sa tinanggal niyang 8 billion? At anong nangyari sa ating kanayunan na kailangan bigla ng 8 billion na ito? So may switching. May switching, may swap. So yung tinanggal po na 8 billion, malay ko kung saan yun, saan po ilalagay? Sa NEP ng 2027? Ito pong bagong 8 billion, saan po nanggaling yan? Anong mga distrito, probinsya, bundok, kanayunan, saan? Please enlighten this representation. I'm not trying to interpolate my colleague because I did not receive the letter. I just want to understand, please. Again, if we will make this a habit, then every agency will change internal realization. Oh, pareho naman ng level eh. Papalitan na namin ng laman. Ano tayo, halo-halong kalamay? Ang BICAM, nangyayari ba sa akin noon? Ay, hindi ko tatanggap ng ganyan. Last minute? Di. So, maybe you can, what is that agricultural emergency that the DA will have to change 8 billion worth of FMRs. I want to know and understand. I'm not angry at the vice chair or the chair of Agri. I'm just passionate when there's something I do not understand and I need to comprehend it, Mr. Chair. In the end, I will support my chair.
If I may place on record, this request has not been acted on. So we continue to, well, at least for the Senate, we are standing by the previous list that we approved on December 13. Now, if unless there are members of the bicameral conference committee who disagree, I think we should stick with the December 13.
Mr. Chair,
And for the record, the December 13 list has coordinates. The 33 billion peso December 13 list. We approved it with the coordinates. And the 8.9 likewise has coordinates, but they're a different set of projects from that which we approved on December 13. In other words, they are removing 8.9 billion pesos worth of projects that we approved with coordinates and replacing them with 8.9 billion worth of new or different projects also with coordinates.
Alam ko sasabihin po nila, pareho naman yung level. Pero again, kung pinayagan natin sa DOTR, sa DA, what will stop other agencies? Change na lang yung listahan ng classroom sa DepEd. Change na lang yung ibang mga highway at multipurpose sa DPWH. Palitan na lang lahat ng irigasyon sa NIA. Tanggalin na lang. These lapses will affect the planning of projects that are, we're so diligent in our responsibility to plan, to submit requirements. Tapos isang sulat lang, palit. I think you have, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. Okay, hindi ako yung chair, ano yung dahilan? May dahilan. If it's a national security issue, yes. If it's so important, yes, I want to understand. Gusto ko lang maintindihan. So there's something he knows that we don't know.